Hey everybody, I am Jake Eldridge with Realty One Group Eminence in Reno, Nevada. In today's video, I wanted to lend some advice on what a home shopper can do to increase chances of getting their offer accepted in a market like the present one, where multiple offers are being submitted and an owner can only choose one. So hopefully by the end of the video, you will better understand how to make your offer stand out above the rest and get you into that new home. So thanks for watching. First thing I wanted to suggest that I sometimes have home buyers do is when preparing the offer, I have them write a letter to the sellers of the property just to kind of explain where they are coming from and the reasons behind wanting to purchase the home. I have had situations where this definitely helped in securing my buyers the home they wanted, simply because they take the time to kind of write out a heartfelt letter explaining where they're coming from. And one I can think of particularly, they were able to compete with somebody that actually offered more money than they did, but because they took the time to explain that they were a growing family and that they were looking to move up into a bigger space and kind of create that home that everybody pictures and would love to have. I think it went a long ways with helping them to secure an accepted offer over the competition. And again, even though they came in at a lower offer than another, they were able to secure that because they did take the time to write that letter to the sellers. So that would be one tip I have. There's also several things within the offer itself that can be played with to maybe make you stand out a little bit more than others. Those would be fees. An example would be your common interest community or homeowners association fees. There's a setup fee, transfer fees a lot of times, and sometimes a capital contribution fee. All of those things, as part of the contract, ask you to delineate who is paying for that. So if it is possible and you have been saving and have some extras, what your realtor can do is set this up to maybe have you pay some of those fees or all of those fees when somebody else might come in and ask the seller to pay those. So you can stand out by doing that. There's also assessment fees and bond fees. Sometimes there will be a special assessment or bond attached to that property that needs to be paid in order to fulfill and move forward with the purchase by the new buyer. Typically that does fall on the seller to take care of. However, again, in a market like today's where you're competing with other people, if you put in there that you may be able to pay those assessment or bond fees, then you may stand out against your competition. Another thing is the home warranty. Now, typically most people do pay for the home warranty themselves. This is kind of similar to home insurance, but essentially usually covers your larger items that you wouldn't file a home insurance claim on, like your HVAC system, your stoves, items like that that are quite costly, but if they go out, wouldn't necessarily be covered by your homeowner's insurance. Sometimes in a market like this, again, most people are paying for those themselves, but you never know. If you agree to pay all of that, some people would ask a seller to pay that. But if you are paying the home warranty out of your pocket, then again, you would probably stand out against somebody that was asking a seller to pay for that. Another thing would be oftentimes when an agent takes a listing for a home to sell, they will actually pre-open title and escrow with a preferred title and escrow company. So typically when writing an offer, if there is something in there that indicates that the sellers have already chosen a title company to pre-open escrow, I will make sure that I use that particular company in the offer when I am submitting that for my clients. This is definitely something that I feel goes a long ways, as it makes it for a smooth transaction, since they have already had dealings with the title company. They're very familiar with the property, and it just makes things a little bit smoother. So sometimes changing that can possibly damage you getting the home versus somebody that wrote the offer using the title company that the sellers have already set everything up with. So make sure if they do have the property opened with a title company that you are putting that in your offer as well. What's next? You could also look at the inspection costs, repair costs, and re-inspection costs. So in any offer, it does usually have a portion where you specify a dollar amount that you would like the sellers to pay for should you get your home inspection done and there are repairs needed. Again, that is typically specified in the contract. So, something that you might do to stand out against other buyers would be to maybe not have them pay for any costs associated with that. So if there is repairs needed, you would obviously need to have the capital and the cash available to take care of that. Also, in that situation, there are some loans that will prohibit a buyer from paying for any repairs. So make sure if you are utilizing one of those loans, you talk to your mortgage lender and make sure that it is plausible for you to avoid or for you to actually pay for those costs. Again, this is simply in a market like today where it's very competitive. If it wasn't such a competitive market, then these costs may be something that I would put on the seller. But again, we're talking about trying to make you stand out over other buyers when the seller is going through all of these multiple offers they're getting on their properties. So make sure that you look into that as an opportunity for you. Again, there's also costs of re-inspecting a property. So something that you may look into is, paying for that re-inspection yourself. I definitely feel like it would go a long ways if you looked into all of these things when having your agent write an offer for you. Obviously, I would love it if you would consider me as the person as your go-to to use as your realtor, but if you have someone that you're already using, this video should still be helpful to you. You can talk to your realtor about possibly adjusting some of these things in the contract to make you stand out over your competition. So hopefully you enjoyed the video today. I really appreciate the time you took to watch it, and if you do have any interest in purchasing a home anytime in the near future or need help with the sale of your existing home, definitely more than happy to help out. Please make sure to call me on my cell phone. You can do so at 775-378-4976. You can also email me at jakeeldridge32@gmail.com. Or if you are watching on Facebook, you can simply click that send message button and use Facebook's messenger service to send me an instant message. I'm always happy to answer questions that way as well. So thanks again for watching and have a great day.